So I was the peer mentor this semester for the team working with Prime Buchholz. They are a sustainable investing company based in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Just to introduce our team, my name is Jill Durkin. I'm a junior, still majoring in finance and economics.
My name's Grace. I'm a junior finance and sustainability major.
Hi, everyone. My name's Ben. I'm a senior here at Paul College, majoring in business administration and accounting.
And I'm Daisy. I'm a freshman in Paul College, majoring in economics with a dual major in sustainability.
So these are our clients that we've worked with this semester. Kate and Kristen have worked for Prime for quite a while. Rachel was our primary contact, and she actually just graduated from UNH. So she was amazing to work with, and she has tons of experience working in the BIA. So we have made tons of progress working with her this semester and gotten tons of information from Kristen and Kate as well. And we've also had Sue Kaplan, who has been our advisor, and she's been amazing throughout this whole process. So we just wanted to say thank you to them.
And we have helped Prime Buchholz reach their goals by going through the BIA with Rachel and completing 95% of the questions. During this process, we exceeded the 80 points needed to pass the assessment and created a comprehensive list of recommendations on how they could get more points. All of this was to help them prepare for certification by year end. Yep, and in terms of deliverables, firstly, we created a consulting agreement and NDA that served as a roadmap for tackling the assessment in order to best help Prime Buchholz meet their needs. Our next deliverable is the recommendation report. This extensive document includes all possible improvements Prime Buchholz could put in place to gain more points and suggestions on how to go about making those changes. The document also includes questions flagged for follow-up with specific departments to make finishing the BIA more straightforward for their team. Our last deliverable is a visual representation of the recommendation report, and my colleague Ben will go into more detail on that in a little bit.
All right, so the next couple of slides, we're going to show some highlights and examples of progress we've made so far in some of the individual BIA sections, starting with environment. So there are many questions in the environment section that pertain to how much energy is being used in Prime's facilities, like what percentage is renewable energy, etc. And so through communication with the group that manages Prime's energy bills, we have been able to allow them to have access to that information. And hopefully now that they have access to their energy bills in the future, that'll set tone for them to monitor and manage their energy within the next few years and continue, and then they can set targets. So that is some good progress for them. And then one of the main questions in the governance section is the mission law that we worked on. And so that's when the company makes it clear through legal documents, and in Prime's case, their LLC documents, that they've chosen to pursue social and ethical goals. And so we've provided Prime with a template in order for them to mend their LLC documents, and that has gone into the proper hands, and they're discussing the viability of that. We've also recommended for their executive board to review environmental and social performance, and their team is also discussing the possibility of doing that.
So the workers section of the BIA was a heavy focus of ours during the semester, and we were able to provide many insights and recommendations on how to gather information and document Prime's positive impact on their workforce. Recently, Prime was able to earn BIA points for documenting employee satisfaction through a survey conducted by Rachel. And our team also made some recommendations related to impacting Prime's clients, such as sending out an educational customer impact newsletter. So here on this slide is our improvement roadmap, which is a visualization of some of the various recommendations we have compiled for Prime Buchholz in improving their social and environmental impact. Each point you see here represents a recommendation, with the x-axis representing ease of implementation and the y-axis representing potential point values on the B impact assessment. Recommendations in the top right quadrant should be prioritized in the short term, ideally before Prime submits their assessment for review.
All right. So my key takeaway from this semester, I've been in the clinic now, this is my third time. And this semester, we really made a lot of progress. And I think it was because of our communication. We had a team member sending out an email after our meetings and before our meetings, just to make sure that we were all on the same page and updating our clients with our progress. So that was super helpful and made us a lot more productive.
All right, so my key takeaway for it being my second time in the clinic is the structure between how you go about the project is always going to be different. It just depends on who the client is. So in terms of how often you communicate, how you like actually schedule the meetings and what the agenda of those meetings are, it all depends on what the client wants and what they're comfortable with, since that's the main goal, is to help them and do whatever makes them feel the most comfortable.
So personally, my takeaway was just realizing how valuable this opportunity was to build career skills such as managing logistics in a consulting environment and doing all that while helping a company improve its social impact. So just thank you to Prime Buchholz for working with us.
And my main takeaway has been learning about all the different components that make up a B Corp and just how well-rounded the assessment is. And we want to close out by thanking the B Impact Clinic and Prime Buchholz for making this such an incredible learning experience for all of us. And thank you all for being here. And like the last team said, we're happy to take questions at the end.